There will come a time where money will have almost no value. You will find yourselves living in a home with 10, 15, 20 people just to be able to afford to buy food to feed your family. Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Sorry for the bounciness. I have a new camera mount and it is a piece of junk, so I have to replace it. I'm on my way to do some chores this morning and I had a thought. And I'm thinking to myself, how many people are going to die of hunger or other issues? Because you know, when people get hungry and they have nowhere to go for food, they turn to doing things that, you know, are bad things just to try to survive. And why are so many people going to die of hunger? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you probably know how I feel about this if you've been here long enough. And I feel that we will be having a severe food shortage crisis in the months, years, and decades to come. And if you're not preparing now, then you have to ask yourself, why not? Why are you not preparing for these things that are to come? Is it because you don't believe it? And if that's the case, ask yourself this question. You can afford for me to be wrong, but can you afford for me to be right about us having a severe food shortage crisis that will affect what you can feed your family? Can you afford for me to be right? And if I am wrong, what's the worst that can happen? That you have food put away for a year or two that you can dip into anytime you want. You can stop buying groceries if you think that good times are back again and they're going to stay with us, and eat off of your stored food. You can give it to charity. You can help your neighbors, help those who have less than you do. That's the worst that can happen if you take some of your resources now and procure the sustenance that you and your family will need in the coming years. When I talk about food storage, I don't talk about it being an end-all be-all. I'm not saying that one day you're going to wake up and food disappears. What I'm saying is that certain foods will be extremely difficult to get, and that the foods that are still available, not only will they be extremely expensive compared to what they are now, but they'll be a lot less nutrient rich. So the foods that you're putting away now are foods that you're going to use to supplement those foods that you are able to get in the coming years. So for example, if you have put away canned meat, right, pressure canned meat or canned meat that you bought at the store, you may not be able to find meat in the next 2 or 3 years. And if it is available, it may be too expensive for you to buy it. So if you put away canned meat, you may be able to use that meat that you put away to supplement the rice, the beans, maybe flour or cornmeal that you are able to get. Although I feel that those items as well will become very expensive also. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that clicked on this channel and you haven't been here before, and maybe you think that all of this stuff that we're talking about here on these prepper channels, that this is all fear-mongering, look at how beautiful that sky is. That this is all fear-mongering and all we're doing is doing it for clicks. Then ask yourself, why are so many people talking about this? It's even starting to come out in the mainstream media, little by little. Because I think what they do in the mainstream media is they hide potential crises until it starts to be in your face. And then when it's in your face, sometimes it's too late or almost too late. It's not too late yet. Take a little bit of those resources that you have, take a little bit of that money that you have, and go put away some food, because you're going to need it. God forbid if 2 or 3 years from now, you remember this video, you remember this warning, you remember any other prepper channels that you watched or visited and heckled because you think that we're all crazy, nothing's going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a prime example of normalcy bias. It's never happened here, AP. Well, it has happened. It's happening right now. People may not be dying in the streets of hunger, but people are going hungry here in this great country. People are going hungry. Many people don't know where their next meal is coming from. Have you taken a look at the crime statistics lately? Especially in major cities, where crime is just skyrocketing, not by 5, 10, 15%, by 50, 60, 100%. Do you think it's bad now? Wait until people can't get food or can't afford food because the prices are so high. Right now, you guys can go out there and get yourselves 3 months worth of food for less than $200. Put it away. And if you don't want to revisit that subject matter again, at least you have 3 months worth of food. You have no excuses right now. No one has an excuse. Within the next year, if you spend $10 every 2 weeks, you would be able to put away about 5 to 6 months worth of food within the next year. It's not too late to start. Like I said, food is going to be available. It's just, are you going to be able to afford it? And what kind of food is going to be available? And who's going to be in control of deciding what you get and what you can buy? There's a cryptocurrency coming out. I'm not sure if many of you have heard about this or not. I didn't do a video because I've seen a lot of videos covering this subject matter. But the Federal Reserve banks in the United States have been ordered to create a cryptocurrency account for every single American by the 1st of January 2021. Do you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? That means that if funds are put into those cryptocurrency accounts that has your name on it, that you will be able to use it to purchase goods. However, they will be able to control what you can and cannot purchase with those funds. I see a day where eventually we will just be trading with cryptocurrencies, with fiat cryptocurrencies. I personally don't believe that that system will last very long, because people can already start to see that fiat currency is nothing but a Ponzi scheme, and fiat cryptocurrencies will be just as well. And confidence in that currency will be lost, just as the confidence in the currency that we currently use is being lost as well. Not just here in the US, but throughout the world. So what am I saying here? They're planning to have a cryptocurrency that they will deposit money into your account whenever there's a air brackets or air quotes new crisis. The Federal Reserve is asking for powers to be able to put digital dollars into your cryptocurrency wallet whenever there is a new crisis. And who defines what a new crisis is? Let me tell you this. If you're listening to this and you're not preparing, and you're not even considering starting to prepare, you're going to be in a very bad way. Because all you have to do is look around. Look at all of the exports that the U.S. is doing for China. As far as exporting corn, soybeans, wheat, we're talking about record amounts. And people always say, well, the United States is the breadbasket of the world. For how long, ladies and gentlemen? Has these United States here been the breadbasket of the world forever? No, climates change. Climates shift from one part of the world to the other. It's happened throughout history. We will not be the breadbasket of the world forever. Can you afford for that to happen in your lifetime? If for some reason you have a year's worth of food put away that you packaged in a way that will allow it to last 30 plus years, you can at the very least leave it to your kids. Because I'll tell you what, our children, these next 2 or 3 generations that are coming after us, they will be bearing the blunt of what's to come. They will be bearing the blunt of having to decide whether they're going to be able to feed their family once a day or twice a day or even at all. This may sound like gibberish to a lot of people, but like I said before, can you afford for me to be right? Can you afford to not take a couple of $100, however it is that you have to come across that money, whether you have to save it $10 a week or $10 a payday, or whether you just go get it out of your savings account now and go buy yourselves a few months worth of food? Your money in the bank is losing value on a daily basis. Any money that you have invested in food and stuff that you know you're going to need in the future is money that's actually earning interest, because those foodstuffs and other things that you purchase now at today's prices are going to be more expensive tomorrow and next month and next year. And I know I always have someone that cherry picks something and says, well, this is not more expensive this year than it was last year. That's going to happen. But for the most part, things will get more expensive. Learn from the past. If you know someone that went through the Great Depression and is still alive, talk to them. Get information from them. They are probably going to be your greatest resource or source of information. They will tell you what things are going to be needed. For example, I read an article a few days ago that said that we have a glut supply of sugar this year, which surprised me because late last year, early this year, Canada and the United States lost a very big part of their sugar beet harvest due to frost. It ended up either being plowed over or given to their cows and pigs. But that was a good surprise. Ask anyone that went through the Great Depression how plentiful and easy to source was sugar. Well, I guess it was easy to source if you still had a tab for sugar left on your ration book. We may be seeing that again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's for your own good. You're going out there and purchasing some food to provide for your family during times of crises. What in the world is wrong with that? What are you waiting for? How many pairs of shoes do you need? How many pairs of high expensive jeans do you need? By all means, get all of the stuff that you want to get, but get things that add value to your life as well. Get things that are valuable because they will keep you and your families alive. I'm going to keep sounding the horn. I'm going to keep putting out this message because it's important that people hear it. And I hope every time that I put out a video like this that someone new watches it and listens to it and considers starting to become prepared. Getting prepped with food is not it, ladies and gentlemen. It's not all. You're going to need to prepare for yourselves all those things that you use today that make your life comfortable today. You're going to need to prepare all of those things because there will come a time where money will have almost no value. How many of you hear the stories where in the Bible it says that a person had to work a full day in order to earn enough wages to buy like 32 ounces, a pint, or a quart of wheat. Those days are coming. And those of you that are not preparing, those of you are going to bear the blunt of exactly what I said. You will find yourselves living in a home with 10, 15, 20 people just to be able to afford to buy food to feed your family. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all I have to say about that. I just hope that maybe this video reaches, one person, maybe 2. 3 would be great. I hope you're all preparing, because you're going to need to be prepared. Having said that, thank you very much for joining in. I'm really sorry for this bumpy ride. I have this new mount for my phone in my vehicle, and it's not very good. So I'll have to go to my backup. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have a great day today, and I hope you're having a good week as well. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper, and I am out.